Hi Gorgies, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new to the channel and you just stumbled across this channel, my name is Khanyi Madikiza and my channel is all about beauty, lifestyle, travel and vlog content, basically my life. I hope you will enjoy the content and I do hope that you stay and subscribe and join the Gorgie family. To all my OG Gorgies guys, you already know I'm very grateful for your support. I'm grateful that you watch the videos and engage with me all the time. I do also want to let everyone know that I'm currently running a competition on my Instagram. So if you would like to participate or stand a chance to win that hamper, be sure to go to my Instagram. I'll leave my handle somewhere here and you can check it out. I'm shooting this video mainly because when I was looking for information for repatriation to South Africa, it was quite difficult to find stuff on YouTube. There was content about all the other countries, but not so much content about South Africa. And I think people actually do look to YouTube to find out what they can expect when being repatriated. What do the quarantine sites look like? What do you eat? What happens? What's the process? And so that's why I decided to shoot this video so that people can actually see exactly what goes on and hear from someone who is currently in quarantine and has recently been repatriated. So let's get straight into it. So first things first, I did talk about this in my last video. What you need to do if you are a South African who's out there abroad somewhere and you're looking to be repatriated back to South Africa, your home country, all you need to do first is register yourself as a South African citizen who is living in whatever country you're living in. In my case, I registered myself as a South African living in Dubai, and I also stated that I was looking to be repatriated. So that's the first thing you do. You contact your embassy or the consulate within the country that you're currently living in. Secondly, after you've done that, they will let you know that you have been registered. And then you have to wait for an email to say that there's a flight. Once they say that there's a flight on this date, you then register your interest to be on that flight, and based on the dates and the amount of money that you have to pay for that flight. My flight was with SAA. And it was on the 7th of June. Today is currently the 8th of, no, today is the 9th of June. Sorry, yes. I was repatriated on the 7th of June. Today is the 9th of June. So basically, this is my second day in quarantine. What happened was you register yourself. So you get the link for the SAA registration, or basically registering your interest. And the flight was 15,000 Rand. They tell you the date and the time. And based on whatever you still need to complete or do in terms of admin or errands or whatever the case is, you can then say, oh, I can't make it on the 7th, or I can. And then you register yourself as someone who's interested. And once you do that, then it's a waiting game. Then you wait until they send you an email where you can make the payment. Once you get that email to make the payment, you go back to that registration form. You amend it by attaching your passport copy as well as your proof of payment. Once that is done, it can be a few minutes or like maybe an hour or two. For mine specifically, it was about 2 hours, and I got an email back with the confirmation of my ticket. And then it's about making sure that all of your admin is done when leaving that country. So I went and closed my bank account, packed up my stuff, and also please note that you're only allowed two, well, for us, we were only allowed two 23 kg luggage bags and one 7 kg hand luggage, and then obviously your handbag. So that was a big issue for me because then I had to leave a lot of my stuff with my friends. So hopefully the borders open soon and my friends will be able to travel so they can bring those bags to me. But I just decided to pack all the important things and then travel with those and then leave everything else behind. But anyway, so what happens on the day is you have to be at the airport at least 4 hours before. So my flight was at 5 to 10 in the evening. So I was at the airport at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I got to the airport, you just sit and you wait. Obviously, everything is about social distancing right now. So there was chairs for social distancing in the areas, in the waiting areas, where you sit and wait until they announce that your check-in is open. Once the check-in is open, you guys all line up, obviously social distancing again. You line up and you wait for your turn. They also gave us forms that we should print out and bring with us to the airport. These forms are basically consent forms. So you are consenting to the quarantine and all of these different things. So you'll sign those forms and you'll bring them with you to the airport. Once you get there, standing in queues, at some point, obviously, you get to the front, you hand over your consent forms, and then you're allowed to go to the check-in counter. The lady will check you in. Everything is all good as normal. Then you go through to immigration as normal, and you get your passport stamped, etc., etc. You go through security. These are things we're used to. And then you go sit by the boarding gate and you wait for the flight. So we started boarding around 9 o'clock. We got onto the flight. Everything is cool. We're thinking, okay, we're ready to go. By the way, on the flight for us, there wasn't social distancing on the flight for us, because I was sitting in the middle lane and there was literally 4 of us right next to each other. So I made a friend, Tanya. She was going to Cape Town, but she's first going to be here, then she's driving to Cape Town. But I'll get to all of those details soon. So there was little to no social distancing on the plane itself, but it was more about protecting the volunteers, guys. These people volunteer, the pilots, the cabin crew. They are volunteering to help out. They're not being paid for what they're doing, which is such a selfless act. Like, I commend them. I'm so grateful that they were there and taking care of us. On the flight, you will get 2 meals. Well, it's 1 meal, to be quite honest. You get 1 meal, which is your supper or your dinner, and then in the morning, just an hour before you guys land, you will get a muffin and some coffee or water or tea. And then once you land, it's the Department of Health comes in and they start testing everyone. You also have to hand over, the cabin crew gives you a consent form, which you have to sign and state basically, have you ever had COVID? Have you ever been tested? Have you had a cough in the last 14 days? Have you been in contact with someone who has had that? You fill in that form, then you hand it over. They take your temperature and they note it down. And then once they are done with everyone on the aircraft, then you can move either in groups of 20, but in our case we moved in rows, so in 2 rows. Every 2 rows was able to get out of the aircraft, sorry. And then as you walk out, you walk through security that is standing there, etc., and you go straight to where your bags are being held. So they take your bags and they put them all outside, and they start disinfecting all the bags, etc., etc. So then there's also like mini buses that are waiting for you outside close to where the bags are. Then they'll tell you, okay, you're going into this minivan, you're going into this minivan, and in the minivan there is social distancing, so it's not full. There's like 1 seat, 2 seats between everyone. And then they tell you also now, okay, your bags are ready, go select your bags and put them in the trailers for the car that you're in. You do that, and after that's done, then you get transported to your quarantine facility, which I am now in. So I am being quarantined at the Indaba Hotel in Four Ways, Johannesburg. They were, just to mention, you should expect delays. Like, there's going to be a lot of delays. We had a 4-hour delay from departing in Dubai, and then there's going to be delays in between, but these are things that you should expect because everything is going to operate slower than usual. So don't get irate. Prepare yourself. Wear comfortable shoes, wear comfortable clothes. Prepare yourself to wait and wait and wait. But the great thing about all of that is that you are getting home and you are safe. So don't focus too much on the waiting. There will be a lot of waiting. I think we eventually got to the hotel at 3 p.m., but we landed around 10:30 in the morning. So there's going to be a lot. It's a long process, especially if there are a lot of people that are being repatriated. It will definitely be a long process. So yes, so you get transported to your hotel, which is where I am now. The rooms, so when you get there, you get out of the cars, also maintaining social distance. So they do 1 car each at a time. You get out, you're able to choose whether you are If you are someone who's in a relationship or with your partner, or you're with your husband and kids, you can choose to have the family rooms. You can choose to have a double room with your partner, or for me, who is just here alone, you get a single room, which I will show you what the room looks like. It's a standard room. You have your bed, you have a study table, you have some tea and coffees, and the bar fridge is filled with, they only put in some milk there and some water for us, and then you'll obviously put in all the stuff that is left over from what you get from lunches and stuff. Then you have places where you can pack your bags, and you have a little wardrobe or whatever to hang your stuff, as well as a safe. Then it's a standard bathroom. What you do get from the hotel is shampoo, you get soap, which is Protex soap. You also get handy Andy and cleaning supplies, as well as some powder, washing powder if you need to wash anything. My room has just a shower. I assume that other rooms maybe have bath or a shower, so it depends. But that's basically the room. It's quite a standard room. It's a good room, and the hotel is good as well. And then what happens is every morning, so from about 7 to 11, they start knocking at your door, and that is when they're delivering your food. They will knock, the staff will knock and then leave your food outside the door. You can get your food there. A standard breakfast is like eggs and a piece of sausage, and then you also get some juice, you get some fruit, and you get some bread and maybe like a side. So those are the standard breakfast stuff. For lunch today, we got a burger, we got some water, we got a snack, we got dessert, and yeah, so it's a pretty standard lunch. The food is really good. It's really good, so I don't mind it at all. And then for dinner, it differs every day, but last night I didn't take a video of the dinner, unfortunately. Last night for dinner we received a piece of chicken and some roasted veggies, and then you also get some juice, some water, a snack, a dessert, and yeah, I forgot to add, for breakfast you also get muesli and like a yogurt and all of the little condiments and stuff, so that's great as well. So when it comes to the food is all good, nothing out of the ordinary, and it tastes really good. So you're basically not allowed to have any contact with the staff. If you have to take out any rubbish, there are certain times where you can actually just wrap up your trash and you put it outside your door, and the staff will get it. You're not allowed to leave the trash overnight, but this will all be explained to you when you arrive at the hotel. There's like a list of rules or do's and don'ts and things that are going to happen, so that they let you know what time you can expect breakfast, lunch, and supper. But otherwise, for the most part, you are going to be in your room. You're not allowed to go out anywhere. You're not allowed to go visit your friends. You just stay in your room. The Wi-Fi is pretty great. I'm loving the Wi-Fi so far. And it's quite quiet. It's nice. The aircon and the heater work. It's quite cold right now, so I did put the heater on because it's winter in South Africa. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think they keep you for a minimum of 5 days. For those that have that would like to pay for private testing, then you're allowed after 5 days to get some private testing. I'm not sure for those who don't opt in for private testing what happens. I think maybe you either stay the full 14 days, or I'm not sure, so that we will see. But I think I've explained the process quite well right now, guys. I won't be posting another video in terms of what I'm doing on a daily, because that's kind of like gonna be the same every day. I'm just sitting here, maybe shooting a video or two, eating, Netflix, chilling, catching up with friends. But I'm really grateful to the government. I'm really grateful to the staff of this hotel. I'm really grateful to the airline staff, SAA. I am grateful to everyone who has played a role in getting all of us back home safely. And yeah, it's been quite an easy process for me. I'm not someone who's very fussy when it comes to things that I recognize are other people trying hard to make sure that life is going to be okay for me. So I think this process went really smoothly. It was really good. So if you're someone who's going to be who's planning on being repatriated or wants to embark on this journey, just be patient, practice kindness, and there's always going to be a nice group of people around you so that you can chat and make some new friends, you know. So there's always people to talk to. It's really nice, actually. You build some nice friendships. And yeah, I wish you guys all the best. I hope you are staying safe and, you know, practicing social distancing and staying in quarantine if you feel like you have some symptoms, and don't put other people's lives at risk. But that's it for this video. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and importantly, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that we can grow and be a bigger family. I love you guys so much. Stay tuned for more content on the channel. Mwah.